Hey everybody, it's Business and welcome back. Doing something, taking a little break from the reviews, although I have a lot more of those coming up real fast this week. I should definitely have a few posted for the end of the week, namely the Nicholas, the Farragut, and possibly the Furutaka as well. God damn that ship. But anyways, as far as this match is concerned, I'm up to the Mahan on the USN destroyer line, and you're gonna see me. Damn it! I was trying to launch my torps on my port side there, because if you take a look at the bottom left of the screen, if you haven't played the Mahan yet, this kind of breaks up the torpedo arrangement. So the Farragut has two centerline mounted torp launchers, but the Mahan has one each side and then one centerline mounted. So I was trying to dump off my port so I could pull into this maneuver and dump my other two as well if I needed to. So I may have had a little bit of a missed opportunity there. Kind of sucked, but I don't know why, but I just couldn't fire the damn torps. So beats me. But anyways, there is an Otago here, and because he's in a division with another Otago, I can guarantee that there's two Otagos there. So that's why I really wanted to get the third layer of torps out, so I could just, actually technically the first one, but anyways, so if they were approaching in a staggered manner, that I'd have a better chance of hitting them and really keeping them pushed away from the cap. So that's what I was really trying to go for. I do use my, I have a horrible torpedo hit rate, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, and it's because I believe in using my damn torpedoes. So a lot of times I will try to avoid using them if I think it's going to give my position away, or the simple presence away. Sometimes a lot of people don't know that there's a destroyer around until they get hit or they have the torpedo indicator pop up, and to me that's kind of an important deal. So when it comes to the IJN destroyers, I'm a lot more careful. I did start playing the Mitsuki today and actually had a pretty decent first match in it. But my god, I cannot believe those gun stats. It is awful. It's embarrassing to even look at the gun stats on that. Oy. So anyways, managed to reset the cap there a little bit, take off some of the points that the Atako in the back had. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to hit the other one and reset the cap totally, but that's fine. I still got something out of that at least. Obviously, the enemy does have A and B. We have C. We're working on D at the moment. Also in the division, I have Kami in his Pensacola, and Jason is in his Colorado too. So this match actually spirals out of control pretty damn quickly. So there's this Tirpitz here that's, when we get to the point where I'm just like, you've got to be kidding me, I'll let you know. But as far as the Mahan's concerned, it does have 5 guns for the A and B hull, and I think they're all the same 127mm ones, but a different version of them. And as far as the torps are concerned, my god, these things are so damn slow. They're upgraded, so they do have a 9.2 kilometer range, but they only go 55 knots. Now, that actually can surprise a lot of people. I've seen them, kind of expect them to be faster, and next thing you know, they're turning too much and they still get hit. But it's just, Jesus, man, that is horribly slow. The detection range on the Mahan is about 7.7 kilometers, I believe, as well. So you do have a little bit of a buffer there, but it's a nice break from having to be, visible before you can launch your damn torps. So, I mean, that's a big plus, and at the very least, it's something you can work with. It's not really something I do in this match, but there is an Atlanta coming up here, and I'm going to dump my starboard side torpedoes and the centerline torps, and something happens here, and I'm telling you, this was intentional. This was on stream, and I explained why I did this, because I was scared shitless that this Hatsu was gonna torp me, but there he is, and start up my rounds into him. I did accidentally switch to AP, and I'm not entirely sure why. I think I was thinking at the time that I'd be able to go for the Atlanta, but I don't know, that was just a an odd mistake. So I tactically beach here. I did hit the Atlanta twice for about 17,000 damage, and he's pretty much a goner. So I was hoping to get the flooding kill on him, but oh well. So what I didn't notice at the time was that those torps that you just saw go off towards the turrets were from the Hatsu. And I could have been... I could have turned and engaged this Hatsu, you know, and killed him like right now and taken care of all this. But I was still under the impression that he hadn't launched his torps. And I honestly didn't even realize that until I watched the replay again when I was recording it. And I'm like, well, shit, that was stupid of me. And I also aim rather poorly here. But if you take a look again at the mini-map, the Turpitz is continuing to push against the two Atagos, and I'm not sure, I think it's a Nagato to his side. He didn't bother to turn around when he had the island between him and the Hatsu. And I just find that odd, but you know, he could have definitely have changed his fate just by making a turn to his right, and yeah, kind of shitty for him. But I leave the Hatsu with, unfortunately, 476 health. So the Cleveland, and I mentioned in the chat that he doesn't help with shooting the Hatsu. He actually was, and I didn't see that when I was actually playing, so that was a mistake as well. But I'm going to move over to B here and try to cap this, see if I can scout a little bit, get some more information about what the hell is happening in the middle of the map here, because frankly we don't have a lot of information. So I end up capturing B back, and we're still down a little bit. We are in the process of capturing C as well, and the guys at C are being harassed by this Mahan, so I'm trying to harass him and force him into a mistake, of course, try to, you know, get him to move in a particular way. And basically I just like shooting these damn guns anyways, so if I can find an excuse for it, I'm gonna use it. Now I do get detected, and sure enough, the Hatsu's back, and he's got even less health. He's down to 47 health, and he's got a perfect torp run on me. Got me by surprise, but managed to get the kill, and he doesn't launch the torps. I cannot imagine how close he was to getting those torps off, because I mean, he had me lined up. I'm amazed that he didn't actually fire them, but I mean, it couldn't have been more than a tenth of a second away from at least one of the spreads being launched. But man, that was really, really close. And because this happened on stream, I certainly wouldn't have heard the last of it for quite a while, I'm guessing. And so I move over towards the A-B gap here, and my intention was to have a bit more of a defensive position here in case they decided to push through in advance. And I didn't launch my torps here mainly because, one, I was not really in the right position considering the lack of movement from this enemy Atago, but also because it just didn't feel right. Like I didn't really think that I wanted them to be closer, basically. So we are going to start losing B here in a second. So the enemy Mahan that I was harassing clearly is going to be moving over to there, because I mean, we do have some other ships there. I believe it's Jason that's just north of B. So if it were any other ship on B, I would have seen it, because he would have seen it. So I start harassing the Atago here, tried to get him to... He's doing the wrong thing. I was trying to get him to move forward and start turning so he could expose his side to the ships over here and hopefully, you know, get wiped out. But yeah, he decided to go full reverse as fast as possible. So I start to turn around, make my way towards back to B to prevent the destroyer from getting in behind our battleships that are holding these guys off at A. God, there's actually a lot more going on here than I initially realized. So the enemy Tirpitz is still hanging back, and tried to just send some harassing fire to him. I finally get in a decent position to send off some torps, and I do the offset torp spread here, and look at how slow that centerline mount is. God, it's terrible. And I pop my smoke again and start running in towards B, and sure enough, there he is. Little Mahan, and he's pretty low on health, so that's good, but I still have to fear the torps. Always fear the torps. I tried to bring my ship around just enough to get all my guns to bear on him, and boom, there he is. Get the first salvo off, do pretty good damage. Second salvo off, and get the kill. And I also torped the Atago. Yeah! Double strike, woohoo! I've actually had quite a few of these the last few days. I think of 3 or 4 of them the last couple streams, so feeling pretty good about that. And get some help from my little destroyer buddy here, but there's an enemy Batsuki to the south of B, and he's gonna try to engage me here. Not the brightest of moves, so I mean maybe he was just desperate, I don't know, but I'm gonna let this whole thing play out with the gunboat being a gunboat, doing its thing. All I can say is, damn, that dude got shredded. And, I mean, this ship is a lot of fun to play, you know, as far as, like, I mean, I haven't disliked the USN destroyers yet. I mean, this experience that I'm having with them now is so incredibly different from what I had in closed beta when I tried them out. I had a really hard time with the Farragut, actually, and it's right now easily my best ship. And it's the most fun for me to play. I'm currently 35-1 in it or something like that. Just a ridiculous percentage, and I never expected that. Yeah, it's really fun being able to mix the gameplay up and play around with different lines and stuff, and just kind of revitalize my enjoyment, my love for the game. But I'm doing this rainbow arc of pew pew, and it's hilarious. When you have no chance of being detected, I mean, I'm just gonna harass the shit out of this guy, try to see if I can annoy him into making a mistake, but apparently it's the same guy that I was harassing before who wants to just move backwards the whole damn time. So I don't get the Kraken because we do win by points, but you know, that's alright. I was very happy with these results, and it is actually, it wasn't the double XP weekend, this was the first one of the day, so the 1.5 multiplier and the double XP camo, the 100% camo, and look at that base XP, 3,400. I have not had that much since closed beta, and this is one of my highest base XP matches I've ever had, period. Actually, it's very, very close to the highest I've ever had, which I think was 3,600 in the Montana in closed beta. So minimal damage, but again, it's not how much damage you do, but the percentage of damage you do to given ships, especially destroyers in conjunction with, you know, base captures and all. So anyways, I'll be streaming tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, and I hope to see you there. So thank you guys, and I'll see you next time. Take care.